everybody. Oh, let me turn the light up a little bit. Is that better? Or does it? Right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me again tonight. And thank you for joining me a bit later than usual at 9 o'clock. I had a wedding fair tonight at the Blue Coat in town, and it was lovely. Very nice to meet some lovely couples and chat with some wedding supplier friends as well. Always nice. So I started a bit later tonight with our Facebook Live. And tonight we're talking about makeup mishaps. So this week's blog post was about the 5 most common makeup mishaps that people have. So I went through those in the blog post, and I think there were some really good tips there, of course, because I gave you good tips. But you know, if anything, cotton buds and micellar water are your friends. And I get like the really tiny, really skinny cotton buds from, I either order them online from Muji, Muji, or I get them from My Kit Co, which is another was a company that makes makeup brushes and other makeup artist supplies. So they're great for like tidying up under the eyes, any smudges around the lips, anywhere that you need to correct like a very specific tiny little area. So lots of people had questions that they left in the comments for me regarding other types of makeup mishaps or makeup issues. So I've got 3 really good ones. Some people asked me the same question, so obviously that's an important one. So I'm going to start off with the first one, which is too much eye primer. So if you love makeup, then you should obviously be using an eyeshadow primer. Urban Decay do Potion Primer, which is a really great eyeshadow primer. It has a wax-based texture. So basically what you do is you just pop it on your eyelid before your eyeshadow, and it stops your eyeshadow from creasing or fading during the day, and it keeps it in place. And it also helps bright colors show through. Now, eye primers are great, and there's lots of different ones out there, but what happens if you put too much on? If you put too much eyeshadow primer on and then you go to apply your powder eyeshadow or your pigment, it can go really cakey and go a bit clumpy almost, and that's not cute, and it's going to crease up as well. So really the only thing that you can do to remedy that is remove it and start again, I'm afraid. So get your micellar water on a cotton pad and just gently take it off, and try not to disturb the rest of your makeup. Just literally remove what's on the lid, apply a thinner application of the eye primer, and start again. I'm sorry to say, but you know, there's really no way of kind of taking that down. Once you've put a powder product on top of it, it's going to start setting, it's going to start clumping and caking, and it's not going to be cute. Right, so the next one was the one that I got asked about quite a lot, which is Panda Eyes, and I'm sure that we've all suffered from Panda Eyes from one time or another. So how to keep Panda Eyes from happening? Right, I've got some really good tips for this one. First of all, don't use too much eye cream. I know that you probably think there's no such thing as too much eye cream, but before you put your makeup on, you should really just use a very small amount. Think of the size of a grain of rice, and that is how much eye cream you should be using for both eyes. So you literally use your ring finger and apply a tiny bit of eye cream, dab it like that on your fingers, and then you just pop it on around the bone of the eye, so you can feel your eye socket, and just take it around the bone of your eye. Your skin will absorb what it needs, especially if you're putting makeup on. You don't want to overload that area with cream, because it's going to cause Panda Eyes, and it could cause issues with your foundation or concealer setting as well. And you don't want to get eye cream anywhere near your eyelashes. That's really one of the biggest culprits of this problem. Some people just have really naturally oily eyelids and eyelashes. So what I would suggest, or if you've been a bit heavy-handed with the eye cream, I would suggest again getting a cotton pad, but a dry cotton pad, and just literally just taking that across the lid of the eye and down the lashes, just to remove any excess oil that might be there before you apply your eyeshadow primer and your mascara. Another good tip to help keep that smudging from happening is just to take a little bit of loose powder on a small brush and run that underneath your eyes after you've put your concealer on. Now, I'm not talking about baking where you're putting tons and tons and tons of powder in that area, because I don't really like that. I find that that dries the skin under the eyes and it shows up lines, and it's not a good idea for most women to do, especially women like myself who are over the age of 40. But just a very light dusting of that just to absorb any excess oils is a really good idea, just to help keep those panda eyes away. Right, and on to the next one. So again, this is a mascara one. How to stop getting mascara on your top lids for those ladies who are blessed with eyelashes, long, luxurious, gorgeous eyelashes, and who don't need fake ones. Now, I've got very stubby eyelashes, so I don't have this problem. But if you have very long eyelashes, I'm sure you've experienced this, where you put your mascara on, open your eyes, and then you get flecks of mascara up here that you have to remove, and then that disturbs your eye makeup and everything, which is not a good idea. So the best way to kind of help with that is, first of all, you're going to do your bottom eyelashes first. So if you take your mascara and do your bottom eyelashes first, so this stops you from then having to look up after you've done your top eyelashes. Excuse me. And that your eyelashes with the wet mascara won't touch on your skin up there. So that's why when I'm doing your makeup, I will always do your bottom eyelashes first. Oh my gosh, excuse me. So the next thing I want you to do is, if you're using a mirror that's adjustable, tilt your mirror so that you're looking downwards while you're putting your mascara on your top eyelashes, and stay looking downwards until your mascara dries completely before you look up, because it's when you look up with wet mascara on that you're going to get that happening. So if you're lucky enough to have beautiful long eyelashes that are giving you that kind of problem, I do not suffer with that problem, sadly. I would love to suffer with that problem, but I don't. Yeah, so just make sure that you are allowing it to dry before you open your eyes and look upwards. Will help prevent that from happening as well. And if it does happen, again, very similar to the tips I gave you on my blog, just use a little cotton bud, dip it in your micellar water, and just remove any little spots very carefully with the little bits, and then just dry it off, and you might need to touch up with your eyeshadow a little bit. Right, so those are the 3 questions that I had, the 3 burning questions to ask that people have asked me. If you have any other questions, pop them in the comments, and I'll write a blog about them in the future. Next week, we're going to talk about bridesmaids, makeup, and hair, and how to keep your bridesmaids happy, and make sure everybody is happy and confident on your wedding day. So if you've got any questions about that, let me know. And if not, I'll see you next week. Have a good night. Bye.